Thank you very much, Honorable C.S. Joho, the Governor, the leadership of members of Parliament from Coast. This afternoon, we have had a meeting with over 30 members of Parliament from the 6 counties in Coast region. Our meeting was centered around matters of national security and administration. Our first focus was on security. As you know, we were here last year for Jukwaa la Usalama in April, and we had a discussion about a number of issues that touch on the security, especially on gangs, particularly juvenile gangs, including matters that touch on panga boys and all these other juvenile gangs. I'm happy to note that we have made great progress, and I want to thank the regional security team for the work they have done, but we continue witnessing recurrence of this problem, even if it's not in a huge magnitude. And our discussion was around how best we are going to ensure that these young people, once they are reformed, once they have been arrested and they have been disciplined, we find ways of reforming them and engaging them in other activities. The proposal of the leadership of this region is that we need to have a Kazi sort of climate works program, or Kazi Mtaani sort of a program that will ensure that they are engaged, and also a program to support them to go to technical colleges so that they can be able to live a different life. We know that part of the reasons why they are engaged in this behavior is that some of them also, there is a combination between criminal gangs and the question of drugs and alcohol abuse. Let me say also that first on the juvenile gangs, I want to say that we have made significant progress. We want to partner with the leaders to find ways of making sure that we eliminate this problem completely. Number 2, we discussed issues of drugs and alcohol abuse. And I must say that, again, this is an area that there has been a consistent crackdown. You know that recently in the high seas there was drugs that were synthetic drugs that were nabbed, worth about 8 billion. We have also done the same for cannabis, a lot of which comes from our border with Uganda through the northern corridor. And some of those problems which are here is because of porous borders in other parts of the country. And I must say that a lot of work is going on. And because the president has declared that this is the year that we must work to eliminate the problem of drugs in the country, I have shared the strategies with the leaders, some of which, as the governor said, we are not going to discuss openly here, but our focus is to deal with those who are engaged in commercial, dealing with drugs in commercial quantities, and also dealing with high drugs like heroin, cocaine, and other synthetic drugs. Our effort is to ensure that our work is to ensure that we eliminate, arrest the main traffickers, the transporters, and as the president announced, we are going to go also not just for the drugs or not for arresting them, we'll go for their properties, and to make sure that those properties are sold and the resources are used to build rehabilitation centers. His Excellency the President also asked counties to provide land to ensure that we help them build rehabilitation centers, and the county government of Mombasa and other counties in this region are in the process of delivering that piece of land for His Excellency the President to instruct the relevant agencies to help us construct rehabilitation centers, so that those who are rescued from this scourge are actually taken through rehabilitation to come back to live their lives. The third issue we dealt with was the question of getting services closer to the people. In this subject, there are a number of sub-counties, divisions, and sub-locations that were gazetted that are yet to be operationalized. We've done barely 15 in the old region locations, about 30 sub-locations, less than 10, about 5 divisions, and about also another 3 sub-counties. There are another 2 2 sub-counties we are going to operationalize immediately, and the rest of the divisions and the sub-locations will be shared based on principle of equity, depending on the kind of budget we get in this financial year, especially in the next supplementary budget, based on the proposals we had already made during Jukwaa la Usalama session. In this quest to get also services closer to the people, we have, as a ministry, we have agreed that all the sub-counties must have offices for civil registration, so that the birth and death certificates can be gotten or can be given to the people closer. There's been a paradox where IDs are closer than the birth certificate, yet the birth certificate involve very young people. So we want to make sure that all the sub-counties will have an office to start with for civil registration. On the part of registration of persons, which is National Registration Bureau, which deals with identity cards, there are nearly 500,000 people in Coast Region who are of adult age and do not have IDs. We have agreed also with these leaders that we will deploy our live capture machines, and these live capture machines are going to be used to facilitate registration. And we have asked the leaders here to work with us, with the national administration, to make sure that those people who require to be registered are registered. It's not about only, voting. People think about registration and ID based on elections only. But remember that these people cannot get affordable housing. There is no proper planning for both county and national government. They cannot get share services, and this is a challenge. It's also a challenge for border counties where persons married from across the border have not gotten IDs and they're aging, they have become widows, their children cannot inherit, and that issue we have agreed on a mechanism where the Immigration Office is going to visit Kwale, Taita Taveta, and the other border counties to make sure that those communities that have persons who are yet to be registered and yet married to Kenya, even if they came from other countries, are facilitated to get the necessary documentation and sort out this problem that people are facing. I must say that it's our duty to help the people get accounted for and to get government services, notwithstanding the fact that they come from vast counties like Tana River, among others. We have a process of deploying mobile registration kits, and we are going to work with the leaders and the chiefs to make sure that this is achieved. Other than that, I must say that I have requested the leaders here, we work together to end this issue of gangs and goons. Will require leaders to join hands with the security sector to make sure that we make our region safe. I must admit that, and all of you can agree, that despite the challenges we have, our country is more safer than ever before, and we are working very hard to make sure that it is safety and security is guaranteed for every citizen because they are constitutional right. Other issues including police vehicles that we need, including strength of the police officers. As you know, we did recruitment recently, so the 10,000 police officers recently recruited are now undergoing training, and by September, October, they will all have been deployed to help improve the strength on the ground. In the meantime, we have agreed that we need to do rationalization so that the areas that do not have adequate officers are deployed, and women officers should be at least there must be a woman officer in every police station to help deal with gender issues and give confidence to women who want to share their frustrations or report cases, particularly when it is gender-based violence, among others. I think this is a summary of what we discussed, Honorable Joe. We have agreed that as leaders we are going to work together. As CS Joe has said, we are working together as a team, and the principle of collective responsibility apply to all of us. It doesn't matter if I was here or not. Any cabinet secretary who would have been here would have had to address also issues that affect the government of Kenya, because we have a responsibility to assist His Excellency the President to make sure that every part of Kenya is covered. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Well, I'll take 3 questions only. So I'll start with you.
My name is Tobias Church from KTN. I just wanted to comment on a viral video.
The one for Nandi. I've heard you. Okay. Yes.
Just a comment on the alleged abduction by the former
Sorry, I didn't know that. Maybe you give me more facts.
The alleged abduction case from former member of parliament.
Where?
Yes.
Okay.
Who knows anything about that? My question would be perhaps what's your take on the demolition exercise which took place in Nairobi linked to Kiambu government? Perhaps Kenyans saw a lot of police there. What can you say about that?
Anyway, you guys are in Coast. You should be asking Coast questions. now I'm being asked. No, sorry. I'm being asked. Sorry. Let me say this. I'm being asked questions of Nandi and Kiambu, but I will answer because also as a cabinet secretary, if I'm here, I am able to address those issues. The issue of police brutality, particularly the video that we have seen from Nandi Hills, that is depicting some police officers beating young men who are playing the game of pool, and which is dated, estimated to be 10th of this month, is barbaric. It is unacceptable. It's inhuman. It's unconstitutional. It's illegal. And I must say that that is not what we expect of our police service. The question of police brutality is an issue that we must deal with and deal with it firmly. I have professed myself in the past that I will defend police officers who find themselves facing prosecution because of doing their work. But it's not our job to defend police officers who commit crime. And what we see from that video, prima facie, is a criminal activity, conglomeration. And I must say that I am sure the IG, you must have seen the IG has issued a statement. We consulted earlier with the IG. The IG has already deployed the internal unit team. The IPO has also deployed a team to go and carry out investigations. Those officers who will be found to have committed that act will be arrested. They will be charged. And I can assure you that they will also lose their jobs if they are found to be guilty. We must, in such cases, we must show that the National Police Service and the government of Kenya does not condone police brutality, and that is absolutely unacceptable. On the question of demolition related to Kenya Railway property in Nairobi, I want to say that that issue has been fully addressed by the Kenya Railway. It's a matter that is not within Ministry of Interior. It is an issue that is the Ministry of Transport. The Railway, Kenya Railway has already professed itself that they carried out sufficient notice, carried out destruction of illegally erected structures, and that they have said that they were not targeting any individual in the country. Unfortunately, of Interior, I was and I am not involved. I was and I am not involved because it is not our ministry's responsibility to run transport or to run every other ministry issues. The National Police Service, being an independent institution, provides security to all, to citizens and to agencies when they are carrying out their security operations or when they are seizing their property or protecting their property. So that question will be sufficiently addressed. If there are any gaps, they will be sufficiently addressed by the Ministry of Transport, which is the relevant ministry with the responsibility to address this matter. I think with all that, I feel fully satisfied that my initial brief covered everything that is touching on this region, and I look forward to, again, another engagement like this in the near future.